Hello and welcome to this workout. This is making me excited because these are things that I love to do. Just a little bit of admin, life admin. Freya is in a bit of a sleep regression. She's been rejecting naps, but she is currently asleep. Hopefully I won't have to go and retrieve her, or we won't hear her crying on the baby monitor or anything. So just to give you all a heads up about that. You don't need anything apart from the option to pop your heels on something, so squat wedge or thick book, and we are looking at different things to help us get better at squatting and building up that single leg pistol squat, which is something that I've always wanted to be able to do. I only started working on the skills for the pistol last year, but I haven't done it consistently. So although I'm way better and way further along than I was previously, I'm still not there yet. So it's quite exciting to be able to work on some of those skills as part of these classes and see how everybody gets on. But we're going to start off with a little warm up on each leg, and we're just going to do some leg raises on the mat. So just bring yourself into a seated position, legs out straight, and you're going to bring in one knee and see if you can get that heel really close to the body and hug this knee in and really bend over that leg. We don't have to be sat bolt upright, because this is sort of more specific to the bottom of a pistol when we get actually a lot of spinal flexion at the bottom. And we're just going to raise this leg up, toe pointing up, and we're going to raise it up for 8, and we're just going to hold for 2 seconds at the top. So holding 1, 2, down nice and slow. There we go. This might feel a bit uncomfortable up here. That is the top of the quad working in a way that it perhaps isn't used to. 2 more. Perfect. Other side, hug that leg in, lifting up for 8, little hold at the top and down. Controlling that downward portion, don't just let it drop. Two more. It's really windy today. I'm just a bit worried that one of my fence panels is gonna fly across the garden at some point. Lovely. Right, up on the feet. Just give those a shake off. I'm gonna take my jumper off. It's made me warmer than I thought it would. Yep, earpod flying on the floor. I'm so professional, aren't I? Oh, here we go. Right, I have got there's 2 exercises to do in a superset. We're going to practice the bottom portion of a pistol with some squat rollbacks. We're going to do 45 seconds of each, have a little rest, and then do 45 seconds of each again. So bottom pistols, elevated on something if you'd prefer, squatting down, and then shifting the weight to one leg and getting one foot free and in front of you, and then swapping sides before coming up, standing up, having a little break, and then going again. So this could also look like this. It could be here and one foot coming out and back and swapping over and then standing up. Or if you feel comfortable down here, it might be hand on the floor to support yourself as you bring that leg out. Either of those options are absolutely grand. 45 seconds. And then I'll explain the next one in the rest period. I'm just going to start my timer. Going in 10 seconds. In your normal squat position. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Down, transfer that weight over. Point that leg out. Give it a little touch with the opposite arm if it feels to do So get that stretched out, stand up, and then repeat. Take time about it. There is no rush. Although this is a workout, we're very much practicing skills with the aim of getting better at something. There we go. And a little rest. The next one we're going to do is squat rollbacks. Just make sure you've got plenty of room. And a squat rollback is we're going to focus on controlling the downward part of a squat as much as possible until we roll back. Come up however you want, whether it's a hand supported on the floor. I'll go through a couple of options as we go along. Okay, here we go. So yours might look like this. You might want to just have a hand on the floor to ease yourself back, really give it some, and then you might want to come up hand supported, but this bit nice and slow, really focusing on getting that as slow as possible, and then coming up however you like. Looking straight ahead, keep the chest forward. I'm going to go for one more. Well, I don't really have time, but there we go. And rest. All right. Cool. So we've got those two again. Cool. So with these, we're focusing on those skills of squatting and slowing everything down and supporting ourselves to get even more range in that bottom position. So this is what these exercises will do eventually. They will get more range in the ankle, knee and hip to just make you a better squatter and to build up those skills for single leg squats. It's pretty cool. And it's a workout. I like doing my workouts knowing that I'm getting better at something that interests me, because that's then more motivation. Granted, sometimes I do just like to go all out. Like if I'm teaching a cycle class at the gym, that's just pure cardio for me. Yes, my cardio is getting better, but that's just something to really like let some stress out, rage my way through it, have fun. Not really fussed about getting any better at cycling or being fit on a bike, but I do enjoy it just for what it is. So yeah, you just take what you want from exercise, can't you? And that's why it's so cool. So we're going to do those two again, 45 seconds of each. I don't think she's quite asleep. She's just sort of sat up. So, oh, please go to sleep, or just don't cry. Either or. Okay. Back to those bottom position. Going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Down to the bottom. Stretching it out, or hand on the floor to support yourself. However you want to do it. She probably hears me talking and thinks, who are you talking to, mummy? We're the only people here. Why have you put me to bed and now you're talking to someone else? Like I'm not even here. Lovely, rest it there. And again, those squat rollbacks. Pausing session. Oh, what have I done? Starting session. That's the rest has started. I hope Michael doesn't watch this because he will troll me for being terrible with technology, because apparently I can't even control the Tabata timer, but never mind. I need one of those things that he's got where he can then make it appear on his TV. I'll have to ask him. So squat rollbacks next, focusing on controlling that lowering phase, going in 3, 2, 1. Down, chest forward, looking straight ahead if you can. Coming up however you choose, whether it's hand supported on one leg. I actually thought if I'd moved that, I could see it while I was doing it, but my brain's just not there at the minute. My brain is just not there at the minute with anything. Oh, lack of sleep. Just like the reason I put the timer on today is because I just didn't even think that I could cope with counting any kind of reps. Lovely, and rest it there. Awesome. Okay. Next, we've got a skater squat, which you can use a cushion or any object that you can flip over. And what that's going to do, it's going to keep us at the bottom of that skater squat for just that little bit longer. And a skater squat, well, people call these kneeling squats or one leg squats, because I think actually a skater squat is where the knee goes back, but we're going to have the knee go straight down. So from the side, it looks like this. One leg is going up like this, toe higher than the knee joint. This is the leg that's then doing all the work. So this knee is going to aim towards the floor. And as we get down there, once we're down there, we're going to flip our object over and then we're going to push back up to the start. It's a little bit wobbly, but that's absolutely fine. And I want you to change legs each time. So on the next leg, we want hip, knee, and ankle all bending. So I don't want you to reach down for that object, that pillow. I want this leg to bend to lower you. And then while you're here, you're going to flip that over, push back up, okay? 45 seconds with a rest, and then we're going in with that one again, okay? Going in, 3, 2, 1. Bend that leg, lower that other knee towards the ground, flip your object, stand back up, other side. My left leg is not as good at this movement as the other side. That's absolutely fine. It will come. The more practice I get, flip that over. Again, if you need to be here and keep it a little bit higher, you do that. Work in a range that suits you. If you want to, you could pop one hand on the floor just to support yourself and then come out of that. Don't let wobbling put you off. Lovely, right, rest it there. And this is a lot. Single leg movements are a lot for the body, a lot for the joints that are working, because they're supporting your whole body weight. It is quite challenging. Right, little rest, just going to grab a little drink. Three, 2, 1. Here we go again. Bend, lower that other knee towards the ground, then flip that object, whatever it is. Obviously, a bigger cushion would mean that you could use less range. Smaller object is going to be more difficult. See, I cannot get this knee as near to the ground as I can my other one. My right leg is a lot happier at doing that than my left is. Lovely, rest it there. As with all of these workouts, if any of these movements that you particularly like, make sure that you do more of them and do less of the ones that you don't get on with. I love using, I love doggy. Okay, and we're going to finish off with a combo, a single leg combo of 3 exercises. Now, I used to do this as part of a class at the gym, and I used to find it so fun. So it's movements that we already know, because we've done pivot squats, we've done side lunges, and now we've just done skater squats. So here it is. We're going to go all one leg to begin with. So our right leg is going to move in this first round. It's going to pivot squat. It's going to come up and just tap the ground before it goes straight back out into a side lunge again, tap the ground, and then you're going to step straight into a skater squat. And that is your combo. So it's 3 exercises. In fact, I'm going to take my socks off because I'm going to feel quite slidey on this floor. And once you've done a couple, see if you can then do it all without touching the ground with that leg. So that's the challenge. I wish I had a carpet in here or a bigger mat, because that would be a bit more useful. So 45 seconds on this leg, 45 seconds on the left side. I'm going to move that so I can actually see it, because that would be a lot more helpful. Right, going in 10 seconds. So all one leg, pivot, side lunge into skater. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So I've done these before. So I've gone straight into not touching the ground. I'm whipping that leg away and then straight in to the next one. Keeping that leg nice and straight in that side lunge. Step into pivot, a skater squat as low as you can go. Pivot, side, and then wobbly. I'm going to go one more. So I started on my right leg. My left leg is actually way more or less confident in doing these movements. So I'm probably going to have to start with a tap on that left side. So just a little rest, going in 10 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Left leg. Pivot. Oh, side lunge. Skater. Trying to keep that chest forward. And I'm terrible for looking at the ground. I've done it the whole time. But if you can remember to look forward, please do that. So stuff like this for me a couple of years ago when I injured my hip, had tendonitis in both knees. I didn't think that any of these movements, would be possible. I'm going to go one more. Would be possible for me. But through doing the injury course that I've done, rest it there. We're going to do those 2 more times. Well, 1 each. Just because it's fun mainly. I never thought that these movements would be possible for me again, but through the injury course that I've done, learning about how pain occurs in the body, how injuries occur in the body, and how we can build that skill back up to carry on doing the things that we want to do without fear of pain, fear of hurting ourselves, re-injuring ourselves. That's the thing when you've got an injury. It's sort of in the back of your mind that it's going to happen again. And that can play a huge part in that pain response. But yeah, it's just the body is amazing. You are all amazing. Your bodies are all amazing. Okay, one more time, and then we are done. Going in 10 seconds, back to that right leg. Pivot, side, into that skater. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. I'm going to try and remember to keep my chest forward. Now, let's do a little touchdown then. Again, if you lose your balance, don't worry about it. Try it on the next one. Finding things wobbly is good. It means that more than just our legs are working, our whole body is working to balance, core's working, which is always good news. Oh, it's like that one. One more. Rest it there on that leg. Just the left side to go. Now I'm going to really focus on the skater squats of this next one because my left leg just needs to get a little bit better at those. Going in 10. Oh, I'm a bit worn out already. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Pivot. Side. Skater. Oh, insane. I just find it so difficult on that left side. So you can take your time, go as slow as you want to go. I'm going to go one more. Felt that. We're all done. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm just really glad that Freya didn't wake up. So that was great. That was a good, solid sort of 20 minutes-ish, focusing all on squat skills, single leg skills. Take which ones that you love, practice them again and again. And yeah, we'll all see how we get on with mastering the pistol whilst being a member of this group, which is quite a cool thing to measure your progress with in terms of getting more confident with those movements. But yeah, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and any questions, as always, just let me know. I'm happy to help. Yeah, see you soon. Bye guys.